Okay, I made a video last night about the Platinum and Gold Club Nintendo rewards that were released this this year for I guess the 2014 year, I guess it was, and I just wanted to make a video that wasn't all about raging and stuff like that, and I got my thoughts together and wanted to put my thoughts into the point. Now, before anyone starts saying, Luke, quit complaining about free stuff that you get from Nintendo. They've been doing this since the DS and the GameCube were out. And I even have, I think this is it. I have this thing right here that I pulled off the net because I don't have one of these anymore. But if you look closely at this, is it the second bullet? Uh, yeah, if you look at the second bullet that's like aligned with my finger right here, um, if you read it, it says redeem your coins for reward items only available at Club Nintendo. And so what do you? So pretty much Nintendo, like, and their newer pamphlets kind of sort of put that. It says rewards exclusively on Club Nintendo, I think now. And yeah, downloaded games are not really exclusive. I mean, you can pay for them or you can get them for free if you have coins, but I'd rather have the exclusive only available on Club Nintendo items like a lot of other people. Now, that's not to say some people would like the digital games as well, and that's why it has a choice on there. Now, do you want digital game or do you want a physical item? Which, as I've shown on there before, there is like hardly any physical items on there right now, so Nintendo needs to get their crap together with that. But either way, physical items were first, and they were supposed to be the exclusive items that were there. And with this year's release, yeah, those were like I can understand because it was 2012, I think it was. The they ran, they had the posters, and then they had a deck of cards, and apparently the deck of cards ran out of stock, so you could only pick up the posters. However, if you made like say a choice where it was like last year where you had two physical items and then the rest were digital in case they ran out of digital items. Yeah, that's okay too. I don't mind that. But whenever you put digital items up that uh, of popular games that have been released for months now, like over 6 months at least, and they're only $30 games too, um, while the games that you got from Mario Kart 8 cost over $40. Yeah, okay, think that makes total sense. Yeah. So I'm just complaining about the prize arrangements, I guess you can say. I'm not complaining that I'm complaining it's a little bit of both at the same time. But either way, it's not an exclusive thing. And yeah. So instead, we're given this list of games that, which this isn't even all of them. This is all the platinum rewards for the most part, and I didn't even show the gold and platinum rewards because the gold rewards are pretty much $5 to $10 games, and so what you get for platinum though is either Game and Wario, which goes for like $25 if you order it on at Walmart. So I'd say closer to $30 at Walmart. NES Remix, which goes for, I think I looked it up, it goes for about $15. I didn't actually look it up on my Wii because I haven't really looked at my Wii too much since last week. Earthbound, which goes for $10, which I think I would rather pick that up myself and spend the $10. And then Dr. Luigi, which I have no idea how much that goes for, but probably $10 there too. Then you got Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, which goes for that goes for 30-ish bucks. I think I saw someone say $31, which whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna just round it to $30. Fluidicity probably 15 to $20, I would say. Uh, Dylan's Rolling Western, I would say about 12 to $15. And same with Mario and Donkey Kong. That's probably one of those 12 to $15 games as well. And then going down from that list, it just gets worse because gold got pretty much shafted this year as well with those types of stuff. Now, let me just show you what has happened over the years. Let me just show you what happened over the years for Elite Award status, which I pulled this up off the Nintendo Wiki, and I do remember these rewards, so don't say Wikis lie, because these are rewards that I remember. So 2009, you had a choice of 3 different things if you were platinum, and 1 for gold. You could get the Mario hat, which I hate to admit it, but I did actually have enough for the reward, but I was so not into, like, I had that sort of phase where I wasn't too much into gaming, and it was around when I was getting into college at the same time. So college kind of taken away that sort of stuff as well as other things, and I forgot to get my Mario hat, which kind of sucks since I had the points. But whatever. But you had the Mario hat as a choice, and then you had Doc Lewis's Punch Out, which is something that I will actually say for this video. Doc Lewis's Punch Out was an exclusive game only available for Platinum Reward members of this year in America, and that's it. But the only thing that sucks about it is that it's pretty much a Punch Out with 1 level in it, pretty much. That's that's the reward if you got it digitally. You fought Doc himself. But I mean, at least it's something that you could say that you don't have. While meanwhile, all these games that you got this year, you might have them all for all I know if you really like. Some of those are really popular games. So yeah, putting that out there. And then for gold members and platinum members, you could choose the calendar, the desktop calendar, rip the sheet off the thing. And then the following year, I didn't even enter any codes this year, this year I didn't even enter in it because I was busy and completely forgot about it. But this year was a Super Mario characters figurine, which had like Peach, Mario, Bowser, Luigi. I think Toad was in there too. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. Here's the picture. Yeah, it has Bowser, Peach, Luigi, Mario, and Yoshi in it, and Toad and a Goomba in a pipe. And it's in a box, a question mark box with a little plastic thing in it. Pretty freaking awesome, pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, and a glass cover. It says a glass cover right there, so it was made out of glass, I'm guessing. Not sure if it was just made out of plastic and they're saying glass or what, but that was a really good prize for being a platinum member right here. And then 2000 for the gold members, you got a 2011 calendar. Then the following year, a lot of people complained about it, but I was like, I complained at first, but then it was like, well, it's not too bad. I mean, not that many people have this sort of thing, and it's pretty much the Mario and Friends badge set. It has 25 pins in it, all in each separate box and container, and if you flipped it over, one side had one thing on it, and the other side had 8-bit Mario on the side of it, so it looked pretty cool, and it can be a little decorated. Like I have it on my closet where you, like if you open the closet, you can see it right at the top with the 8-bit Mario on there. Kind of cool. Then you got the calendar for gold as well. Then the Platinum Mario playing cards. This is what sold out that year, and the limited edition Platinum poster was what didn't sell out. But then, if it did sell out, this year it didn't. This year they had the gold member stuff too. I didn't even realize that. But if you were a gold member, you had your choice of either the calendar or you had your choice of 4 downloadable games, which all of them are pretty good. But I would like if you don't have any of these games and could buy them easily, I'd still say get the calendar for something different. But the limited edition platinum poster set contained like the Kid Icarus poster. I think it contained a Zelda poster. I forget what all of them contained, but I remember it was Kid Icarus. That was the big one because 2012 was the Kid Icarus year. But the Platinum Mario playing cards, I think most people said that that was the best thing. And then last year, you had a 3-poster set with like Luigi's Mansion and I think Pikmin on it, and one other thing as well. Then you also had the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask original soundtrack, which I got 2 of those because I opened up a new account with Lucario Player as my name and used the last of the coins that I collected on my other one and got that. So I got 2 original soundtracks, one that hasn't even been taken out of the packaging envelope, the other that's in my car. So that's cool. And gold members also got the choice of the calendar. They had Super Smash Brothers. They had WarioWare DIY Showcase, Link's Awakening, Super Mario Land, and Sakura Samurai. I don't know what that game is. But they had 5 different choices. Those are some good choices for games as well, wouldn't you say? I mean, yeah, those are some pretty sweet games. And then we come to 2014, this year, and we get Game & Wario for download. We get NES Remix for download, Earthbound for download, Dr. Luigi for download, Donkey Kong Country 3D Returns download, Fluidity in download, Dillion's Rolling Western for download, and Mario and Donkey Kong Minis on the Move for download for Platinum. No physical items, so no choice if you want to go digital or if you want to go physical. Or no choice of digital or physical. You only have digital. Cool. Thanks, Nintendo, for those that like to have those exclusive items. Yeah. And then for gold members, you have the Ice Climbers, the Kid Icarus, which isn't even the 3D Classics version, which is on the eShop actually right now. So you're pretty much giving a downgraded version of what's currently on the Club Nintendo shop. Cool, because that's a Wii U title. It's not a 3D Classic, so can't put 3D Classics on the Wii U, even though they got those upgraded graphics and all that. Yeah, cool job, Nintendo. We got Super Mario Brothers, which that is also for the Wii U, I think, but actually, yeah, I think it is for the Wii U, but like you can get it on the 3DS as well, but they don't offer that. You got Metroid. Then these are the 3DS games. You got Zelda 2, Donkey Kong 3, Wario Land 2, and Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. Not as much of a good choice, which is why in my honest opinion, from these choices for 2014, if they wanted to do something different, let me move myself back to the middle and bring my sheet up. If they wanted to bring something different to the table, something exclusive for the Club Nintendo shop, this is my idea. They should have made, if they wanted to do a download-only thing, they should have come out with something exclusive like what they did with 2009 or whatever, the whole Docs Punch Out, but instead make it a better game, like what they did with, oh, I don't know. Remember that 3DS game or that DSi game that got re-released on the 3DS? The Legend of Zelda Four Swords, the Anniversary Collection, and that was free, and it was also a full-length game with bonus levels that weren't in the original, because I can tell you that was not in the original. I beat that original game fully. Like, well, not fully, but I got all the, I think I got all the bronze keys or something, and yeah, I beat the game. So, and that didn't look like there was anything there. So, those that was an awesome exclusive thing that they came out with for the year of for the year of Zelda or whatever. But yet they don't think of something like that for platinum members or gold members. Yeah, and then the other idea that I had is if they didn't want to come out with something as exclusive as that, come out with like, remember how the Ambassador program brought out Game Boy Advance games that only the ambassadors have? And yeah, they just said, we're not going to bring Game Boy Advance games to the 3DS. Because, yeah, we can't get it fixed, and we don't feel like fixing it. However, if they want to really make it exclusive, maybe they should add like a Game Boy Advance or two game from the Ambassador program, or bring out a whole entirely different one altogether for those that did have the Ambassador program, like myself, and for the 3DS, and for those with the Wii U, let's not forget them. Why don't we come out with a GameCube game or two or three or more? Like, give a few selection of GameCube games that are for the Wii U and make those exclusive for the Platinum Rewards members as well. And let's see. And if they wanted to eventually release those games, I mean, at least you would have them exclusively at first. But if they really did want to release them eventually, they could. But they could also do the whole Legend of Zelda Four Sword thing, which they would never release it on the eShop unless they really felt like it. And like what they did like a few months back, I think they re-released it for 1 week for those that had the 3DS, and you could pick it up for free. But they could do something like that, in what case where people could pick it up or something, but otherwise exclusive for Platinum members. Either way, they should have done something that was exclusive and not available for everyone, that they can pick up for 10 to 30 bucks if they live in the US, or like some people said, it's more expensive in the like other countries or whatever, but at the same time, if you really wanted that game, you probably would have gotten it back when it first came out, or I don't think you're one to be hoping, oh, please have that available for download on the Club Nintendo shop. Please have it available, because why would you hope for something that could be completely random, where it's like you have a wide variety of games that could have chosen. Which brings me to another point. There's one other thing that Nintendo could have done. They could have released it where they could have had, like, if they were really that lazy, they could have just given a $10 rebate code, where if you entered the code, you would get $10 from the club, or from the for the eShop to put towards a game, or a $30 code for those that wanted to that got platinum rewards, and that way they could spend their money on whatever they want in the eShop. But no, instead they gotta make it a choice and make it like, yeah, just not that good in my opinion. And so that's pretty much my rant with Nintendo for the most part. I can also add some things, like people might go and say, well, Nintendo's the only place that has a reward system going for it, and which is not true. Sony does have a reward system, but it's not just for the PlayStation. It's for all of its Sony stuff. And then they also have PlayStation Plus, which is a completely separate thing, which not only gives you a discount, or it not only gives you free games as long as you have PlayStation Plus, but it also gives you discounts on games, which if you buy, which I was looking around because I wasn't sure if you actually kept those discounted games if you bought them, but I kept getting I kept seeing responses of if you bought a discounted game, anything that you buy, you keep for good. So buying a discounted game with PlayStation Plus, yeah, that's a pretty good little system they got going for Sony. But like they got the rewards thing and a PlayStation Plus thing, so that's cool on them. Microsoft does have a reward system as well, which it's not as good. But at the same time, I haven't really dipped too much into it because I'm not a Microsoft person too much anymore. After what they did in E3 2013, showing off the Xbox One and what they wanted to do with DRM. Um, but they do have some type of reward system where if you spend so much, you get 3% of that back. Plus, they have surveys and some other type of stuff like achievements or whatever too. And you get money back for doing all that sort of stuff. And so that's their system that in simple form. If someone wants to explain that more so, they can look it up yourself or ask someone about it. But that's theirs. And then Square Enix actually also no, seriously, they had a reward system, which I don't have the pamphlet on me, but pretty much every Square Enix game that you picked up, it would have a little tiny slip with it that had a code on it. And I think they discontinued this because I can't find any information at all. But last year's reward, which was actually called 2012's reward, they had 3 different tiers. They had a silver tier, a gold tier, and an ultimate tier. The silver members got these Space Invader a pack of these little tiny Space Invader figurines or something, as well as a deck of playing cards with it. Gold members got a Square Enix members backpack, which apparently had I think 10 pockets. It looked like a decent backpack. And then Ultimate members got a Final Fantasy 14, I think it was this big of a stand or whatever, and it featured it was Final Fantasy 14 online, and it featured a few characters and monsters and bosses, I think, from that game as well. And that was their ultimate tier. I don't know if their tiers went where if you got ultimate, you got anything below. I doubt it. I feel like it was probably if you got this tier, you got the best prize, and that was it. But those were pretty good tiers. But the only reason why I think Square probably stopped with that system was because hardly anyone was using that system. And I mean, if you look at Bravely Default as a big example, Japan has an online thing going for it with all the exclusive items and stuff if you had a Square Enix account, but everywhere else doesn't have that because no one else actually goes online and does that stuff. So that's something to think about right there. It's if we would have supported something like that, it would keep going. I don't know if it's actually still going or not, but yeah, Square did or still does have a rewards program with it. So, I mean, I just listed 3 places that have a rewards program going for it. And then let's not forget, if Nintendo really wants to do DLC only, they should really fix their stuff like how PSP, for example, if you have a Sony account and do digital download, you can have more than one console hold your games on it. But Nintendo, you can only have one 3DS and one Wii U. And then if you want your games on a certain console, you're going to have to go to Nintendo with your broken thing and hope that they give it back, because I've heard some good things about it where they do replace it, and then I've heard some bad things where they don't replace it. And so it's like, I'd rather just stick with Sony with the digital if they know how to do their stuff. And I think Microsoft probably works the same way somewhat, because you just download your gamer tag or whatever to a console and it probably downloads it. Steam does the same thing with that. If you use someone else's account, if you use someone else's account as a friend or whatever, then that would work, I guess, too. But if everyone did that, they would be out of business. And as you can tell, Steam does really well for itself with their sales and stuff. And then iTunes is the final thing, which isn't even really gaming related unless you want to count their apps or whatever. But iTunes also, you can only register your account from 5 different computers, so it keeps track of that as well. And it's like, Nintendo, if you're gonna do download only, internet stuff only, you need to get your butt in gear and do something like that, which people have been begging for years, and they still haven't done it. So yeah, that's pretty much my 2 cents on the whole matter. I hope that pretty much explains everything. And again, if someone complains to me and say, you're complaining about free things, it's like, I like free things if it's like the phrases that I've heard like for the past couple years is, if it's free, it's for me. But at the same time, I can tell when you do a crappy job at your reward system, and I should have a right to voice my opinion while also using other examples of other reward systems and using your past rewards stuff as a big example as well, and saying that if you're giving out digital only stuff as a platinum and gold reward thing, then you're pretty much looking like you're poor, because you advertise it on your website, so you should be giving that stuff out. Otherwise, I'd be like, oh, if they discontinue the platinum and gold stuff, then it's like, whatever, they still have the club stuff. But that stuff is supposed to be exclusive, as I've read at the very beginning of this video. And what was the final thing? And just using past years as examples. And then right now in the eShop, I keep saying eShop. Right now in the Club Nintendo shop, there's only 5 things on the shop that are physical, which says some things in my opinion, as well as 3 things that are out of stock that might not even come back if they are showing how much crappy their Club Nintendo store is. And then they got 4 download stuff, which apparently I haven't checked it on a regular basis for the past little bit, but people have said that they have gone from one game and they've brought it back over and over again. So when they're reusing stuff too, it kind of shows how horrible of a job that they're doing, and that they need to really, really, really just get off your lazy ass and bring something that's actually exclusive. Don't be reusing and rehashing crap. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I gotta say.